Tom Bombadil. One of Middle-earth's most enigmatic and mysterious characters, residing on the edge of the old forest. With his eccentric personality, bright yellow boots, and an extraordinary ability to command even the most ancient of beings. But who is he? What is he? And why didn't he appear in the Lord of the Rings films? Today in Fantasy Archive, we'll delve into the full story of Tom Bombadil. His origins in the Old Forest, his powers, his interactions with our favorite hobbits, and his contributions to the Fellowship of the Ring. So grab your elven bread.
Lembas, how many did you eat?
And stay with us, for we will also discuss theories on what Tom Bombadil is, why he was left out of the movies, and his possible appearance in The Rings of Power.
Ours was no chance meeting.
Tom is an enigmatic figure, shrouded in myth and magic. He claimed to have existed before the Dark Lord's arrival in Arda. He explored Middle-earth, witnessed forests growing and battles unfolding, and even saw the great forests shrink. The elves called him as Arwain Benadar, oldest and fatherless in Sindarin, while he was known as Orald to men and Faun to the dwarves. He witnessed the rise and fall of Angmar and the battles that turned the Barrow Downs into a home for spooky creatures called Barrow-wights. There is a belief that Tom once chose to make his home in Eriador, a place in the western part of Middle-earth. This happened before the arrival of the elves in that area, back when the world was still young and full of secrets. The exact time when Tom settled into his special place outside of the Old Forest is a bit of a mystery. But what we do know is that by the time the Third Age of Middle-earth began, he was already there, living his unique life. Tom Bombadil's home sat nestled near the southeastern edge of the forest. It was like a secret treasure hidden along the banks of the gentle river Withywindle. Tom also got a front row seat to some interesting stuff. Imagine, he saw the first hobbits arrive in the area that would later become the Shire. This brought him closer to the hobbits, especially in a place called Buckland. The folks there started calling him Tom Bombadil, and he kind of liked it, so he adopted the name. Just like how the Shire is bright and happy, Tom Bombadil is tall and looks like he spends a lot of time outside, so his skin has a reddish color. His eyes are bright and twinkle, showing that he knows things and likes to play tricks. He has a long brown beard that goes down his chest, making him seem wise and a bit wild. His brown hair is curly and adds to his carefree and different look. He's a chubby and joyful person, wearing a blue coat, fun yellow boots, and a hat that seems to hear secrets from the trees. By his side is his wife, Goldberry, a presence like the gentle murmur of a river, a spirit known as the River Daughter. Frodo Baggins meets Tom Bombadil and his wife when he, along with his friends Sam, Merry, and Pippin, get lost in the Old Forest. They face a tricky situation with a tree named Old Man Willow, who's trying to trap and munch on them. But Tom Bombadil, with his unique abilities, steps in and commands the tree to let the hobbits go, and Old Man Willow sets them free. Tom's generosity doesn't stop there. He invites the hobbits into his cozy home, and there's where things get intriguing. While spending time with this mysterious figure, something amazing comes to light. He seems to really understand and control the world in a way that's even beyond what the super-wise Valar and Maiars can do. He knows ancient songs and special names for things. When Frodo shows Tom the One Ring, Tom doesn't really care about it. It's like he's immune to its sneaky tricks. He wore it, but it didn't make him invisible, and he can even see Frodo when Frodo wears it, meaning he has a presence in the spiritual world, but Tom thinks it's best to just leave the ring to fate, and let those who are meant to deal with it handle the job. While he may be powerful over the ring, the thought of entrusting Tom Bombadil with its safekeeping was turned down in the Council of Elrond. Gandalf had a different perspective. He stated that the ring wouldn't have any control over Tom, and Gandalf believed Tom wouldn't value the ring much either. In fact, he thought Tom might just forget about it, or lose it somewhere. But let's get back to the story. Tom lets the hobbits crash at his place for the night. When morning comes, he guides them to the Barrow Downs, warning them about the dangers of the place. He teaches them a tune to call on him. And guess what? Trouble finds them again when they meet Barrow-wights, dark phantoms that capture living beings to make sacrifices. The Whites dress them in white and chain them in tombs. It was close, but just in time Frodo remembered the song Tom taught them earlier. They sing it, and like magic, Tom shows up and saves the day by destroying the White. From the White's treasure, Tom retrieved 4 daggers, giving one to each of the hobbits. Frodo's sword met its end during the battle with the Nazgul, but Bilbo's gift of the Elvish sword Sting became his replacement in Rivendell. Merry's special barrow blade became a hero in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, as it was magically enchanted to harm the Witch King of Angmar. This enchantment helped Merry stab the Nazgul on his knee, breaking the spell that gave the Witch King his power. This gave Éowyn the opening she needed to vanquish the Witch King.
I am no man.
Sam and Pippin also had their moments of glory, using their blades to take down foes in battles, but lost them when they were captured by the orcs. Guided by Tom, the hobbits make their way to the East Road, which ultimately leads them to Bree, where Strider awaits their arrival. After that, Tom doesn't take a leading role in the quest of the ring. Once the hobbits move on from the Barrow Downs, Tom kind of steps back from the action. Even though Tom Bombadil is incredibly interesting, Tolkien's legendarium doesn't spill the beans about him, leaving us wondering about his secrets. Not a single line of parchment reveals the threads that weave this enchanter's tapestry. That doesn't stop people from making their own speculations. And here are a few of them. Nature Sprite. Many folks think of Tom as an entity or spirit connected to nature. This is consistent with his neutrality, since nature is neutral and has no morals. However, that theory can't stand, since nature is affected by the power of the Elvish rings and the One Ring. Tolkien's twin. Some readers think of Tom as a mirror of J.R.R. Tolkien, the writer of Middle-earth. Just like Tom makes up songs and stories, Tolkien brings Middle-earth to life with his words. Tom, stepping back from the big story, might be like Tolkien looking at his creation from afar. One of the most common notions is that he might be a Maiar, but while other Maiar like Gandalf and Saruman were swayed by the One Ring's pull, Tom remained untouched and uninterested. So this one doesn't really hold either. One intriguing perspective involves the term Ea. Some believe Tom could be linked to the secret fire mentioned in the Silmarillion. In this tale, the secret fire burns at the heart of the world, called Ea. If Tom embodies this air, he becomes the heart of creation itself. This connection might explain why the ring's allure holds no power over him. Finally, he could simply be a nameless thing, one of Middle-earth's mysteries. They were there before the Maiar, and not much is known about them. So he fits the bill. There are possible indications that Tom Bombadil might make his presence felt in the Amazon series The Rings of Power. Since Tom lived in Middle-earth since the beginning and has unclear origins, he allows room to take creative liberties. More importantly, Amazon's agreement with the Tolkien estate grants them the right to incorporate Tom Bombadil into the show. Nonetheless, the idea of Tom's inclusion has stirred a mixed response among fans. Some are excited about the prospect, while others hold reservations, believing that Tom's unique character and his detached nature from large events could pose challenges when integrating him into the narrative. It's uncertain how Tom's appearance would fit seamlessly without disrupting the overarching story. One of the theories we didn't mention before is him being an elven hermit. There are rumors he could be the already existing character Adar. Adar means father in Elvish, and in the books, the elves called Tom Éowyn ben Adar. Could this be a coincidence? What are your thoughts on all these ideas? Which theory stands out to you as the most interesting and likely? Share your opinions in the comments section, and while we're eagerly waiting for more updates, don't forget to check out the upcoming video.